Hey folks, Aaron here. Welcome back to the anime review. Today we look at episode 3 of Kokkoku. By the way, can someone do me a favor and put in the comments below how to pronunciate Kokkoku correctly? I feel like I'm saying incorrectly. I really do. I haven't really had anyone tell me that I've been wrong with it, but at the same time, usually people do tell me if I'm wrong. So I don't know, maybe I'm correct by saying the way I'm saying it, or maybe I've been switching it so many times that people are confused at this point how to pronounce it. But regardless of that point, let us talk about this week's episode, because I feel like there are a lot of things we can kind of dissect, but I'm not going to do, obviously, every little detail. I want to focus on some of the major stuff. So, in terms of plot episode, this was not a plot episode. This was more so a episode where we learned a lot more about the world of Stasis. We learned about the Stalled a little bit more. We learned a little bit more at the Herald, and our main character, Juri, gets a new power in the form of being able to expunge the jellyfish creatures within those who are walking around in the stasis and making them stalled. Now, what's interesting about this, though, is that, I thought originally it was like, oh, maybe that's a power she specifically has, but as that weird biker girl tells us, apparently she had that power at one time, too. Meaning that maybe only specific jellyfish can give the user's abilities. So, as we learned last week's episode, that we learned from the grandfather at least, the ability to do jumps and stuff like that and to teleport, it only seems like certain people can do it. And, well, here's the thing, where jellyfish go and then invade the person, what if specifically certain jellyfish always chooses to take over the same person? So what I mean by that is, if, for example, that there's always the same jellyfish that's always going to the grandfather and, using his body when they're actually going through the world of stasis. So he's always has that power. But, lo and behold, if one jellyfish fuses to a person and they can't jump or can't do any special powers, thus that individual has no powers within the world of stasis. There's still some interesting things about that, but I really do feel like it has to do with the jellyfish creatures within their bodies. And I think the old man, mentioned that, so I feel like he might be correct with that. We also see, though, that meanwhile we have one of the people who was working with the cult of sorts got killed and became a jellyfish creature, or at least something came out of him, which was a jellyfish creature, and then went into Makoto, who was the young boy that was kidnapped in the first episode. So Makoto's in the world of stasis now, which is interesting. But I want to point out something very intriguing to me with the brother. The brother had the jellyfish at one point looked like he wanted to leave his body. And it was only during this moment where he was getting very, I want to say, just upset and just wasn't moving around very much. And I think maybe that has something to do with this too. Maybe if you don't move around enough in the world of stasis, or maybe if you don't actually do anything that feels like, the jellyfish creature feels like you're doing anything productive, maybe it'll leave your body too. And I'm wondering about that, because it's curious to me. It really is. I'm very... The biggest thing I think about the Kokkoku right now, and it's the mystery of the whole show, is figuring out what the jellyfish are and what the parameters for a lot of the powers and special abilities and just the world in general of stasis, how it all works, and how it's like just I want to say a thing that all adheres to a story here, because there are so many little plot pieces that they could go with. They can go with, like they said earlier, apparently this power has existed for so long, so yeah, okay, but the thing is that you can't really do very much in terms of killing anyone, for example. We saw again the Herald appearing when they tested it out with him killing, or trying to kill one of the people that were stalled, and the Herald appeared and killed the guy with the same ability, the crushing of the head. But then also at the same time, the Herald was a lot smaller, so that means that he is either shrinking because of his appearance in the world, or maybe they only have a time limit, which is, there's so many different things there. Like, you want to make these theory crafts already, but I feel like we still need more episodes before we can really get a good theory going for this show. But I do find some interesting things also with the last part being where Juri again looks like she's about to get hurt. I know that most likely she's not going to get hurt, but at the same time, it was a very cool move that guy pulled, where he stayed like he was stalled and then moved when they went past. I was like, oh, that was actually very smart. I like that. And, in general, this show is very impressive to me. I think it's something that's very unique for what it's doing, and I really like every little detail about it. So this week, I really had no issues. I would have probably liked a little bit more plot, because I feel like we're still going into this kind of just random thing of trying to give us more information. But I would like some plot, like, where are we really going with this? I mean, we do see that the father has been introduced to the cult leader, and apparently he wants to make a deal with them between households, which is interesting to me. But seeing that now all the players are the whole family now is able to move in the world of stasis, at least the media family right now that was involved in the story, not the sister. I have a feeling the sister won't be a player until way later for some reason. But I'm wondering, like, you know, how is this going to go down? I'm very curious. You know, let me hear some theories from you guys in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. As always, guys and girls, I hope you enjoy this review. Sorry for getting out so late, by the way, guys. I wanted to sleep today. I want to get some rest, so I've decided to put it out now. But hopefully, you guys don't mind. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great, blessed day, everyone. God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow, probably with like a flashback review because I haven't done a review from an older series for a while. So I'll probably do that. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow then. Bye, bye, everyone.